So the first thing that you have to do in order to ace and make this semester right, to start this semester right, is to begin with the end of mind. And yes, I do get this from 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey. But to translate into school, this means that when you start your semester, you need to know why do you take this course and what do you get, what the outcome you want to get from this. Now I know that a lot of us take courses just because they are required, or even if they are elective, it is required. We are required to take them, so it's kind of like, we just want to get over with it. But this is really important because when you focus on knowing that the outcome that you want, with whether it is the grades that you want to get or what you want to study from it, it makes us easier because at least for me is that when I don't know the reason that I'm studying is, then I don't know why I need to study it, it makes me harder to study. So simply by knowing the outcome that you want, this can make your semester way better. Hi and welcome, my name is Vincent. Today we are talking about how you can get your semester right. So if any point you find this video informative or useful, make sure to hit the thumbs up, and after that you can also find what else that I post in the video. And if you're interested in whatever that I'm publishing, make sure you hit the subscribe button too. By the way, number 6 is one of the way that I have and I use in order for me to keep focused in class. Because you know we usually wander our mind a lot in class and end up not paying attention, right? So if you want to learn about that, make sure you stay until the end so you can find out how you can stay focused in class. Now back to the video. The second point that I want you to get is that you need to make sure to check your syllabus and input whatever it is to your task management or your project management. But we will talk about the class management or whatever the project management later. Let's focus on the class syllabus first. The reason that you want to focus on the class syllabus before your class, or maybe if you're watching right now, your class already started, make sure to review it, is that because your professor or your teacher usually put the most information early on in that document or in that syllabus. Usually you can find class assignment, when is the midterm, what are the expectations, what should you do. So it is really important for you to review it. But it's not only for you to just read it through and that's it. You need to also focus on how much the grade is weigh, what do you need to do on any assignment, when does it due, because this will give you a whole clear picture to look at that will make your life easier, especially when you're moving forward on the semester and things are start getting tougher. By seeing all of the syllabus that you have, now you will know how much time you kind of need to invest in whatever assignment or whatever like courses depending on which course you take. And also now you can see down the line if you have a lot of assignment in whatever day, which makes you easier to plan ahead and avoid a lot of tasks piling in one day. Now the third thing that you need to do is to have a class management system, which I mentioned before. Now class management system or project management system is basically a software, or even you can do it like on paper and pen on a notebook that you have. Basically it needs to be some sort of platform where you can write everything down on your assignments, when is the due date, how much the grade weigh on each assignment, is it a group or individual, and a lot of these kind of things in one neat location. All the information here is basically the one that you get from class syllabus and you just transfer it here. The reason that you want to do that is because, let's be honest, how many times do you check your syllabus? For me, it's probably like once every month or maybe like twice a term, let's say. So by me transferring all into my project management system, it will be easier for me to see ahead because I don't need to keep on finding the document, keep on looking at the paper, finding the paper, or even like the docs in the like the platform that you use, whatever that is that we use. But while having one system that you trust, now that if you have anything that you reminded or when is the assignment due, you can just open this and you can see, and you can also see the progress that you made. Now one little tip. What I found throughout my school year and college year is that a lot of professor and teacher, they don't put everything in their syllabus in the beginning. So at some point in the semester, sometimes they will give you some new things. Let's say you have a group discussion that you need to do, so here are the things that you have to do for next week, and it's not in the syllabus. Maybe they do write it a little bit, but it's not in detail, so you only know it later. Now it's important for you to make sure you check whatever this that you have, note it down and put it into your task and project manager, because this is really important for you to keep trusting the system and not end up trusting your brain. Why? Because when there's a lot of things new like this, obviously we we did not catch it, right? Because we did not write it down, so we forget it, and then something happened. But when this thing happened, when you check your project management again, you'll be like, wait, there's nothing there. How come there's assignment due today, or there's some group discussion due today that you need to prepare? Now this is really important because once you realize that the project management that you use does not reflect what you have, you will trust it less because obviously it doesn't work for you, right? It doesn't reflect on what you have. So you kind of like stop using them basically. So make sure to have a notepad or maybe like an inbox file in your note-taking system or whatever that you have to basically write down if there's anything come next week, and immediately or maybe later in the night transfer it to your project management system so that you won't miss it. This is really important because what I found a lot of time in my semester is that I'll have all these big projects well and all already planned, but I forgot those kind of little things, and then I just know it when someone bring it up, and obviously you know what happened. Now the fourth thing that you need to do, this is usually around first or second week of class, is to introduce yourself to the professor or teaching assistant. Now this might seem like, this guy will just be that teacher's pet, right? It usually sounds like that when you're close to one teacher. But the idea behind this is that when you're close, or at least the professor and the teaching assistant know you more than anybody else, basically you have interacted with them before, it creates like a pressure that whenever that you're in the class, even it's online right now, it just creates a subconscious pressure in the back of your mind that say like, oh, they know me, so if I don't perform well, the next time I meet them or I talk to them, it will be kind of awkward because obviously they know your grades, so it's not a good vibe that you want to go with, right? In simple words, this will basically give you the pressure of like, oh, they're watching me, so we need to work better, right? And even though maybe you don't really care about that, at least you will think that because they know you, you don't want to disappoint them, because obviously if you're the few student that they know personally like this because you've interacted with them, obviously when they see your name, they expect more of you and they don't want to see bad grades from you. However, this is also really beneficial down the line because a lot of times when we don't interact or we don't establish any connection with the teachers and teaching assistant early on in the semester, whenever there's a problem and we need help, it will be harder for us to ask for help because obviously we don't really know them, it's kind of awkward. So by you establishing this connection early on, whenever that you have a problem and you need some support, you can just go to them, go to their office hour and talk to them, and you will feel more at ease because you know that you already normally have some conversations with them and things are just gonna get easier because you have that small talk. Point number 5 will also come hand in hand with the fourth point, is to participate early on in class. By you participating early on, it's not only will help you build the connection with the professor and the teaching assistant, it will also give you those kind of pressure, which is good for you because now you can feel like people are watching you because you're talking or even you're asking questions so they can see you, even if it's online, obviously, you can still see your name. And this will kind of give you the pressure of people are watching you. You kind of need to keep this up because if you just stop or maybe you stop participating at all, people will start to thinking why this guy stopped, right? Like, this guy is just like those kind of person who trying to be the best and trying to show off that they are some sort of smart student, but in reality, they just kind of shut up. So not only it will help you focus more in class, it will help you participate more. Obviously, your grade will be up and everything will be well. So we're here on number 6, which is repeat whatever the teacher says. I mentioned earlier that this is the one that helped me focus, and you might be thinking how repeating whatever that they say can help you focus, right? And the reason is that when we're repeating whatever that they say, we are basically talking, right? And when we're talking, it limits our mind from being able to wander everywhere. For example, right now you can try follow whatever I'm saying right now. Just whatever that I'm talking, you can also just kind of like move your lips or maybe even just talk within to whatever that I'm saying right now. And while trying to keep up with whatever I'm saying and saying it out loud in the same fashion as I'm saying it, try to do something else. Maybe think about something else, maybe play some games. You will realize that there's 2 things that's going to happen. Either you stop whatever that I'm saying and you do whatever things that you are doing, or you cannot concentrate on whatever the things that I told you to do because you're trying to keep up with whatever that I'm saying. And this is the genius behind it. When you try to repeat what I said, your mind is focused on me now. Your mind is focused on the conversation, whatever I'm saying to you. And this helps you focus more, and at least more than if you are just trying to listen to what the professor or teachers are trying to say. Now obviously, if you take out your games and you start playing, you will notice quickly that you stop repeating whatever I'm saying and you will just focus on the game. But this is the thing behind it. Basically, you kind of like want to stop doing whatever you do and just repeating what I'm saying, because it will make you harder to do something else, and if that thing is really hard, you usually will stop whatever I'm saying. I hope that it makes sense, but if you're not, feel free to ask me any questions down in the comment. It could be on this point, on any other point, or anything else other than this video. I will answer it, or maybe if you're really interested, I can make a whole video on it. So make sure you comment down below. If you enjoyed this video and find it informative, make sure to smash the thumbs up button and feed the algorithm, that's what everyone's saying right now, so that this video can be distributed to more people and a lot of people can learn how can they make this semester and start this semester the right way. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, also make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys again next Saturday.